Hello everyone, this is Dakota Barrett. Today we are going to be talking about educational technology websites. We're going to be analyzing and critiquing them. The International Society for Technology in Education, or ISTE, has a key standard I want to point out tonight, and that is Standard 2.3, which is Digital Citizen. So, educators inspire students to positively contribute to and responsibly participate in the digital world. Educators will A. Create experiences for learners to build relationships and make socially responsible contributions. B. Establish a learning culture that fosters digital literacy. C. Mentor students about being ethical. And D. Promote management of personal data and protect student data privacy. So what makes educational technology effective? So it allows students to learn with media, or you can throw in technology, anything like that, instead of learning strictly from media or technology. That's from Carr Shellman 2016. It allows teachers and students to establish digital citizenship as described by ISTE. And then it invokes reflective thinking for both teachers and students. So teachers and students can reflect on all of their learning, discussion, posts, and other assignments. And the learning process is continuous. Just because you learn a little bit doesn't mean you learn everything. So it's like that saying goes, a little learning is a dangerous thing. So the websites or apps used as educational technology that I want to talk about today that I find very effective and meets pretty much everything, and they're all three very similar, is Blogger, Anchor, and Google Classroom. These are three that I've used quite quite frequently. So with Blogger, students can create their own blog site and answer discussion topics posed by their teacher, or they can even just do their own personal blog and just talk about just their journey in a class or anything. And you can post videos to it. It's never ending. But it meets ISTE Standard 2.3 and its substandards because students will simply be just posting and basically establishing their digital citizenship. They'll be responsible, and it's important for the teacher to teach them to be socially responsible with their blog posts, and it just builds community amongst the class so they can all comment and read each other's blog posts. Students can comment with their teachers and each other, as I just mentioned, and it invokes reflective thinking. You can reflect back on how you were feeling during that time you posted to your blog site, and just the learning process is just continuous, and you can keep learning from others no matter how much of an expert you are. So Anchor is probably my favorite of the three because it's the newest to me, but I really enjoy recording podcasts now that I know how to, and it's just got everything you need, and it's quick, and you can download it on your phone and do everything from your phone, or you can use your computer. But you can do everything from not only recording your podcast, but you can edit the podcast. It distributes your podcast through Spotify, and you can even make it to where it goes to Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, and you can message each other uh, with each podcast episode. So you can go on any podcast, and if they allow it, you can send them a personal voice message. So it's pretty neat. And then it meets ISTE Standard 2.3 and its substandards. So if you had a class creating their own podcast, or even if you yourself as a teacher make a weekly podcast for students to watch and learn from, and you can use it as an in-class discussion, or they can message on the app. So it definitely invokes reflective thinking. As far as learning management systems go, there's Google Classroom now. I've been a big fan of Canvas so far since I've done my master's program at Liberty University. But my first introduction was Google Classroom during COVID-19, and you can do it all with Google Classroom. You can post discussion board uh, topics for students to comment on, and they can discuss stuff with each other. You can even comment under assignments. You can give immediate feedback, and it just keeps everything organized. Even if you're not real tech savvy, it was easy to learn. So I have nothing bad to say about this learning management system. You can post videos. There is a feed where you can give direct messages to your class, and you grade on there as well. So if your students are struggling with certain assignments, you can just have that reflective thinking process and make adjustments continuously. And there's just more than one way to do everything with it. So there's several correct answers when creating assignments or lessons. And that's what I like. That you can do quizzes, tests, and it's a good way to reach out to your students directly outside of school. So all three of the websites I've discussed today are just meet everything with establishing digital citizenship, which is ISTE Standard 2.3. I can't sell these products enough, so to speak, because I think it makes education better, and that's the point of all this. We don't want to just continuously throw in technology, just throw it in. We need to pretty much learn with technology and not only from technology. So I thank you for listening today, and everyone have a great evening. And here are my resources.